Sana, Shimachukma, Pachi, Dreamwalk. Welcome, my friends, to Dreamwalk. We got quite a day today. JR Redwater, comedian extraordinaire. So it should be good times, right? I hope. I don't see why not. You know, I don't know if you guys remember Chris Farley from Saturday Night Live used to do these awkward interviews where he would say, like he was interviewing Paul McCartney, and he says, Paul, you remember when you said, the love you make, or the love you take is equal to the love you make? Is that true? Remember that? That was funny. Good times. Speaking of good times, we are now all over the interwebs. So kvmr.org, go check it out. There's blogs I haven't posted. You can podcast for up to 2 weeks, these programs. There's archives. There's information about the station, how to become a member and support this community radio awesomeness. There's a lot. So check it out on your lunch break or when your boss isn't looking. kvmr.org. We're also all over the social medias. Dreamwalk KVMR Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, KVMR Radio on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And that brings us to our phrase of the day, which is Ayok Panchi, which is a Choctaw word for grateful. And that is a state I'm going to remain in today because I am grateful. I'm grateful for my community of listeners. And I'm grateful that I get to spend some time with the funny man and maybe a few things will rub off. We'll be right back at you. For the 10 o'clock hour, we are in a state of Ayok Panchi, or a state of gratitude, to Big O Tires. With independently owned tire and automotive stores throughout the greater Sacramento Valley, including Roseville, Placerville, Cameron Park, El Dorado Hills, Davis and Woodland, Sacramento, and Elk Grove, Big O Tires has been serving customers for over 50 years. Online, bigotires.com. And thank you, Atria of Grass Valley, engaging residents by fostering social life, community, independence, learning, doing, and playing via assisted living and memory care in a family-oriented, secure community. Atria of Grass Valley on Sutton Way. Online, atriaseniorliving.com. 530-272-1055. All right, well, let's get into some music. We're going to start off with one of my favorite songs of all time, Cold Wind by Joanne Shenandoah, Mary Youngblood, followed by yet another favorite, Bear Fox, Four Beings, obsessed with this song, so I'm going to share it with you. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for listening. We'll be back.
Esquire Navase, Se Atanu Nane Aqua Quatile, O Watuka, Esquire Navase, Yo-ho, Yo-ho, Ana Yo-ho, Ea-he, Yo-ho, Yo-ho, Ana Yo-ho, Ea-he, Yo-ha, Yo-ho, Yo-ha, Yo-ho, Ana Yo-ho, Ea-he, Yo-ho, Ana Yo-ho, Ea-he, Kayeli Niongwedake Ovatuka Esquire Navase Se Atanu Nane Aqua Quatile Ovatuka Esquire Navase Yo-ho, Yo-ho, Ana Yo-ho, Ea-he, Yo-ho, Yo-ho, Ana Yo-ho, Ea-he, Yo-ha, Yo-ho, Yo-ha, Yo-ho, Ana Yo-ho, Ea-he, Yo-ho, Ana Yo-ho, Ea-he.
This Thursday night through Sunday, KVMR closes out our record 2015 music festival season with still another whopper. It's Hangtown Halloween Ball, coming your way live beginning 7 p.m. Thursday night with Railroad Earth and Tricorum. Then you'll hear the likes of Trombone Shorty, Joe Craven, Beats Antique, the T-Sisters, Yonder Mountain String Band, the North Mississippi All-Stars, and many more. All once again, live from the El Dorado Fairgrounds in Placerville. What a finish to a year where we brought you Strawberry, Father's Day Bluegrass, High Sierra, California World Fest, the American River Festival, and our own Celtic Festival. So sit back and listen to our 2015 festival finale, beginning Thursday at 7, Friday at 2 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday 10 a.m. And we hope you'll honor our commitment to live music with your kind gift to KVMR during our Get Freaky Fall membership drive next week on KVMR, where you don't have to be there to be there.
Legend of Laughing Woman, as told by Red Feather Woman. The children scampered through the campsite, laughing, playing, while chasing each other as dust fluttered from the heels of their running feet. A gentle wind blew through the treetops, rustling the leaves, sounding like rushing water in a cool stream. During this time, blessings of Tankashala, Creator, flourished on the people. Love, laughter, and prosperity embraced them. The day was clear, with the sun beaming down on the small village of the Bear Clan. Follow His Arrow and Laughing Woman leisurely walked hand in hand. Both were in their best outfits, always well-groomed. Smiling and talking to the other members of the clan and family, they stopped from time to time to discuss in more detail the events of the day. Only a few weeks before, the couple had married. There was a magnificent celebration with a great feast of buffalo. The radiance of their love reflected out into the community. There was laughter and smiles whenever the couple passed by. Their love was strong and good, based on respect and devotion to one another. They set up their lodge just on the outside circle of the campsite. Follow His Arrow would hunt, and Laughing Woman cooked and made their lodge comfortable and clean. One morning, Follow His Arrow rose early. He wanted to surprise his new bride with a good breakfast. He prepared the food and quietly took the meal to Laughing Woman. Follow His Arrow spoke her name, but she did not move. He spoke louder, gently shaking her shoulder. Still, there was no response. He sat quietly, afraid to call her name again. Fear gripped his heart as he watched no movement of breath rising from her body. All was quiet. There was only the chirping of the morning birds outside in the treetops. Laughing Woman's spirit was gone, and now only her empty shell was left behind. A loud cry suddenly exploded from his throat. Tears flooded his eyes. His heart pounded, and with trembling hands, he held her close. He began calling her name over and over again. Laughing Woman, do not leave me. Laughing Woman, come back. He continued to wail out cries of heartbreak, waking the camp. The community surrounded his lodge, all waiting outside for Follow His Arrow to appear. Slowly, he lifted the flap of the teepee and, holding Laughing Woman in his arms, carried her out into the open. There was a silent hush and soft weeping of the community as Follow His Arrow quietly walked, carrying Laughing Woman to her family to prepare her for burial. Many months passed, and Follow His Arrow continued to mourn the death of his wife. It was during this time he would not bathe or wear clean clothes. He was rude, no longer helping others. He no longer smiled, and sorrow never left his eyes. Follow His Arrow could think of nothing but his lovely, Laughing Woman. He would sit for hours by the streams, crying and blaming Tankashala for taking his wife from him. When relatives tried to speak with him, he would chase them away. The days passed, then months turned into a year. Still, he became more filthy and more angry and rude to the community. It concerned the people, and the medicine man and leaders gathered to discuss what to do for Follow His Arrow. The council agreed that he should be spoken to. So they sought him out and told him that he needed to stop mourning and to get on with his life. He needed to cease being so mean and angry to his friends and relatives. He needed to bathe and start taking better care of himself. Follow His Arrow only grew more enraged. He tore down his camp and moved away from the village. He would not let them tell him what to do. They did not understand that he was drowning in his pain, and nothing would make the loss better to live with. One day, as he sat by his camp, he noticed a figure in the distance. It was a rider on a dark horse, slowly moving through the trees. As the figure rode closer, he could see it was a woman. Her hair was unkempt, tangled, dirty, and hanging in her face. Her clothes were dirty and ragged. At first glance, he thought it was Laughing Woman. But it could not be possible. She was dead. Besides, his Laughing Woman would never look like that. She was always well-groomed and wore beautiful clothes. She rode up to his camp and gazed into his eyes. To his amazement, it was Laughing Woman. He was so happy to see her, yet he was confused and spoke. "Why do you look like that?" he asked. "You don't even look like my wife, yet I can see that it is you." She spoke. "It is me, my husband, but what you see is only a reflection of you. You have let yourself go, neither caring about your appearance nor caring for anyone else. You have buried your heart in self-pity. I cannot move on to the spirit world until you let me go. You must heal from your pain. Know that I am only on the other side, waiting for you." She continued, "You have mourned long enough. It is time for you to allow me to go on, and you must continue your path on this earth walk. Your people need you." She then disappeared, leaving Follow His Arrow alone in the quiet of the forest. The gentle rustling of the leaves could be heard echoing through the hills. He sat and pondered what had just happened. He understood that his loving wife was reaching out to him from the spirit world. He knew what she spoke was the truth. Follow His Arrow bathed and put on clean clothes. He then packed his camp and moved back with his tribe. In time, he married again, having many children. He never again allowed anger or sorrow to consume his being. There is a time to mourn, to let go, and a time to heal. He understood that life is for living, and to hold on to sorrow for sorrow's sake is a waste of spirit.
Welcome back. This is Dreamwalk on KVMR FM, Nevada City, KCPC, Camino. And I am Mischief. What a story. What a story from that red feather woman. Wowza. You just listen to this stuff. You guys, again, I don't just throw things together. I care. This is a responsibility to you all and to Indigenous people. 2 hours a week to encompass traditional, modern, and the futuristic aspects of us Indians is rough stuff. But I take it seriously, okay? I'm a journalist. I heard you guys laughing with me too on that one. Would like to let you know Western Swing Band Hot Club of Cowtown will perform on Friday, October 23rd, 8 p.m. at Oates Park Art Center, 151 East Park Street in Fallon. churchhillarts.org. Placer County Sheriff's Search and Rescue Dog Unit is holding a fundraiser on Thursday, October 22nd from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. at Johnny Garlic's, 10505 Fairway Drive in Roseville. It's by the mall. A portion of the sales proceeds go to the Search and Rescue Dogs, who will be at the restaurant starting at 4. 916-789-2000. I apologize for screaming that at you. You can go meet Search and Rescue Dogs. It's kind of a big deal. Like in Choctaw, Ophi are dogs. Mine is a Ophi Nia. Mine's a fat dog. They're with us on this journey, right? They hear and kind of see things that we can't. So we rely on their intuition kind of as much as ours. So these Search and Rescue Dogs, kind of a big deal because guess what? I need them to search and rescue me someday, and I would like them to be well-funded and well-nourished. That's my rant about that. So, trying to think, any old business, any new business? I think we should just get back to the music. Oh, one other thing. Nisenan Heritage Days is coming up in, where's my dates? November 6th and 7th at Sierra College. There is a flyer on our Dreamwalk KVMR Facebook page. For more information, you can go to nevadacityrrancheria.org. And we will be having Chairman Richard Johnson in on Thursday the 5th to give you guys a brush up on the Nisenan people right underfoot and get you excited about the Heritage Days. This is a free event at Sierra College here in Grass Valley. So really no excuse. And there will be Indian tacos. So again, Indian tacos, dancing, vendors, all kinds of stuff. So I can't tell you what to do, but you know what I'm thinking. All right, you crazy cats and kittens. Got some Buffy on board, Leah Shenandoah. Who else? R. Kelly Jackson. And we're just going to ride out the 10 o'clock hour with some music because 11 o'clock, I need you guys to empty your bladders. Don't drink anything while we're listening to JR Redwater because you have the risk of, spraying it out your nose or spitting out your coffee. So just take it easy. No fluids for the next half hour because I need you guys primed and ready because the Dreamwalk is going to Funny Town and y'all are invited. Thanks for listening.
Revolving don't know your value or the hell that you've been through. Just let them talk about you. You just have to be strong enough to make it on your own long enough before they'll see your worth. You don't have anything to prove to only yourself for what you need for you to get through. Accomplish what you choose. Just let them talk about you. Let them talk about you. Oh, let them talk about you. Oh, let them talk about you. Just let them talk about you. Oh, let them talk. Just let them talk about you. Stick out, make a statement, and don't be hesitating, 'cause you don't ever have to fall in line, 'cause it's your time is wasting, and we can't be always chasing what others think is our destination. Oh, me, I'm just trying to keep it real, not superficial. Oh, it's never been my best. Just let them talk about you. Let them talk about you. Oh, let them talk about you. Oh, let them talk about you. Just let them talk about you. Oh, let them talk. Oh, let them talk about you. Anything but me, and if you don't like it, you can kiss my oh yes. There'll always be the one who's haunting and making fun of the ones who they don't understand. Just let them talk about you. Oh, let them talk about you. Oh, let them talk about you. Just let them talk about you. About you. Oftentimes, they're the ones who want to be a little more like you. Just let them talk. Oh, let them talk. Oh, let them talk about you. Just let them talk. Let them talk.
I would like to welcome the wonderful Lawana Lamb from the Chappaqua Indian Health Diabetes Program. She is the manager. And Jay Sanchez, lifestyle coach and buffed up personal trainer. Welcome, you two.
Thank you. Thank you. We're glad to be here again. So today we're going to talk about what do you do if you, 1, hate going to the gym like myself, 2, don't want to pay to go to the gym, or 3, there is no gym anywhere near where you might live, which is for a lot of us a hassle, especially if you have kids or a family you got to take care of. How do we exercise and get the same benefits as if we went to the gym? So Jay's going to tell us where we can go and what we can do to exercise like we were at the gym.
So yeah, no gym, no problem. You can get an amazing workout without spending money on a gym membership or a house full of fancy equipment. You can also be physically active without having to sweat it out for 2 hours. And that's good news.
That's the best news, Jay.
So by adding physical activity throughout your day, we can keep ourselves healthy. Our goal is to get 20 to 30 minutes of activity most days of the week. If you take a 10-minute walk in the morning and another 10-minute walk after dinner, you already got your 20 minutes.
So it's not necessarily, Jay, that you have to walk for 20 minutes straight. You can break it up and get the same effect?
Yeah, you can break it up into shorter increments and you'll get the same benefits.
Alrighty.
And by parking farther away from the grocery store entrance and doing a couple laps around the outside aisles is an easy way to fit in activity, and it doesn't take up a lot of extra time.
You're winning me over right now.
Time is a very precious commodity, and if you can combine physical activity throughout your day, there's no excuses.
You're making me want to do jumping jacks right now.
Drop and give me 20.
Go.
So if you find yourself in front of the TV for a while, try getting up and walking in place during the show. During commercials, try standing up and sitting down until they're over, and then go back to walking in place. Before you know it, your show is over and you've done a 30-minute workout.
You can even do it to your DVR, too.
And your DVR. Get on a Netflix marathon.
And you'll be buff by tomorrow.
You can also use your body weight as resistance, and there are a ton of different exercises you can do at home. Yoga, push-ups, sit-ups, squats are great for keeping our bodies strong and healthy. So don't feel as if you need to go to the gym for 2 hours to get a good workout. You can do your own workouts at home. If you need more ideas, you can always find videos online on YouTube, and most TV cable companies offer a channel with exercise programming. So if not having a gym membership is your excuse for not being active, now you have no excuses.
So it's just about moving your body. You don't need a special equipment or an elliptical. It's just about moving that body you have and the time you have to move it.
That's correct. And think of it, lifting your children up and down, that's exercise. Putting the groceries away and bending down, vacuuming, all those things add up. So if you stay gardening, stay busy and stay moving is much better for your health than sitting idly in front of the TV or the computer. That's one reason our children are suffering so much right now. We spend too much time in front of TVs and computers and not enough time outside, inside, moving around.
Well, that was my last excuse of not working out. So I want to thank you for bursting that bubble, Jay Sanchez and Luana Lamb. You can reach the Diabetes Prevention Program where?
You can reach us at Chop a Day at 530-889-3765, and we're so happy to bust your last bubble.
Well, you bursted it, baby. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll talk to you next time.
See you then.
Thanks for having us.
hey nay, yo, hey nay, yo, shinada, kidila, kidilo, hey nay, yo, hey nay, yo, shinada, gay, shinada, sweet, shinada, aska say nay, young, shinada, gay, shinada, sweet, shinada, aska say nay, young, shinada, kidilo, hey nay, yo, hey nay, yo, shinada, kidilo, hey nay, yo, hey nay, yo, kat poka de dini ya shikijin naskigo, kat poka de dini ya bado istida, kat poka de dini ya shikijin naskigo, kat poka de dini ya bado istida, shinada, kidilo, hey nay, yo, hey nay, yo. Kat poka de dini ya shikijin naskigo, kat poka de dini ya bando istida, kat poka de dini ya shikijin naskigo, shinada, kidilo, hey nay, yo, hey nay, yo, shinada, kidilo, hey nay, yo, hey nay, yo, shinada, gay, shinada, sweet, shinada, aska say nay, young, shinada, gay, shinada, sweet, shinada, aska say nay, young, shinada, kidilo, hey nay, yo, hey nay, yo, shinada, kidilo, hey nay, yo, hey nay, yo, shinada, kidilo, hey nay, yo, hey nay, yo, hey.
Halito! Welcome back to Dreamwalk for the end of the 10 o'clock hour. We want to say Yakoke, the Sweet Land Garden Supply in downtown North San Juan, offering harvest supplies, soils, indoor supplies, and winter garden amendments. Open 6 days a week. Online at sweetlandgs.com or 530-292-9000. Dig it! Williams Stationery, Yakoke, 112 West Main Street, downtown Grass Valley, serving Nevada County business and residents for over 66 years. An independently owned, family-operated, full-service, direct delivery office supply company, carrying janitorial supplies and office furniture. WilliamsAllValue.com, 273-7365. And second time around, a Native American-owned store buying and selling quality used furniture, household accessories, fine jewelry, and collectibles at 112 Argyle Way, Nevada City. Open 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday. 530-265-8844. And this is KVMR FM, Nevada City, KCPC, Camino. It is I, Miss Jiff, dreamwalking with you. I'm telling you, you guys, it's about to happen. Something's about to go down. And we want to thank for this 11 o'clock hour, Yabobo, an Asylum Down, offering much, much, much more than world music and authentic musical instruments from around the world. Yabobo offers Indian bedspread tapestries, incense, deities, jewelry, belly dance accessories, beads, t-shirts, posters, pottery, wind chimes, and more. Open daily at 107 North Pine Street, downtown Nevada City. That's Yabobo. Pretty cool shop. Kids love it because they can go in there and make noise. And we all know how kids like noise. So speaking of noise, enough of my noise. It's time for J.R. Redwater's noise. I'm going to play a little sample and get him on the line. And I hope you guys enjoy, because you know that laughter is the best medicine. Unless you have a broken leg, then I probably would send you to the hospital, because that's not too funny.
Imagine me in first class because I'm Indian, and they're like, "You want a drink, Mr. Redwater?" You don't want to see me drunk, lady. If I get drunk, there's gonna be some fighting up in this place. I'll be like, "Who wants to go?" All pissy. This is our land, way up in the air. Let's take it outside. So what's my Indian name again? You forgot? Oh, I know the English version. I didn't catch the History Channel version. It's like, that's how you learn about Indians, you know, on the History Channel or Discovery or some shit late at night. It's either that or the infomercials, you know? You know about those? What do? You don't do nothing? Well, what the hell does he do? Holy shit. That's what you ask the guy, he's like loaded suitcase full of gold and shit.
While I am, like every other girl on the entire planet, waiting for some boy to call, I'm going to open it up to requests. I'm 99% sure Jimmy Grimes is going to call and say, I want to hear some R.C. Nakai. So, what are we doing? What should we do with this moment while I stare at the phone? Willing JR to call me. All right, I'm sure I can find some shenanigans. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for bearing with me. This guy, let me tell you about little J.R. Redwater. He has a Showtime series that was a big hit. He's got like 27,000 people on Facebook, so you can find him on Facebook and jrredwater.com. And I'm trying to find all this information. The guy's all over, and the reason he's lagging is because he had a show in comedy in San Diego last night. So we have to be patient with him, as patient as we can be. All right, well, I'm going to play a track that I know everybody loves while we do this patience thing. All right, well, I love you guys so much. Thanks for waiting, and thanks for listening. Waka waka. Welcome back, listeners. Hopefully you're still listening to this. I would like to welcome to the program JR, Redwater, funny man, red skin, cussing like a native sailor extraordinaire. Welcome, JR, to the program.
That is funny.
Okay, you had
Cussing
me
like a native sailor. I am a native sailor. I am a sailor. I'm salty as heck, you know.
So you're a seaman.
Sorry if I sweared. What clip did you play?
I don't know, just some random something. Like I tried to go to hold a Zach because, believe it or not, there is like one layer of professionalism in my body. So I was like, oh, give me a clip. Send me a picture. And he's like, oh, find your own. So I'm like, I really have time to sit around, you know. So I picked one because I was like, oh, it's like 6 minutes. And I listened to the first minute of it, and you were so well behaved. I was like, what a nice boy, this JR. You know, and then all of a sudden it's like this word,
and
that
then
word.
the real me came out.
Busted.
That must have been good.
Busted.
No,
So
did you have the bleep button ready? Come on, it's comedy now. You don't know. What you gonna find on the internet?
It's true. Actually, we have a bleep button that will be installed. And I did the math. I think I can cuss like twice every 2 minutes. You know, because it resets like 6 seconds and then like resets or so. It's good. I think it's important to have a censor button. I don't even know why we have to be censored anymore. Like, really, like when they bleep words out, I know which word is going in there. When they say mother bleeper,
they care. You know,
what people?
There's people that care still.
Why?
There's a couple of them. I seen them walking the other day. I was like, those people still care.
Do they have
they look like they still care?
Do they have like a sign that says, "Guess what? I still care"?
No, they just look like they care. You know, and I was like, wow, people who care. That's crazy. What a concept.
So what do you do when you were in San Diego making San Diego laugh? What was that like? Were they good to you?
Oh my! Wow, you know I don't like to make excuses either. But I was so slammed, and I didn't stay in San Diego. I drove back and forth, and I was picking people up, other
like
comedians,
hitchhikers,
this and that. Huh?
Hitchhiking comedians?
Well, yeah, basically they are because a lot of comedians don't have cars because they're broke, you know?
Well, yeah, they're comedians. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's up. So we rode down and we did a show last night that was really, really super funny, off the hook funny, because my friends are headliners, you know? They're not the new open mic scrub hobby comic wannabes, you know? So, does that
I know.
sound mean?
No, it didn't. It sounds
You know?
real. It sounds right.
Yeah, it's right. That's
They are
why,
still wearing the
you know,
blazers.
I was there before, and I thought I knew everything, and I thought I was so awesome and funny, and I just wanted to impress everybody, and I was hungry, and I still want to do those things, but you know, I mean, it became a lifestyle. You know, so then I had to pace myself, and so now I see, you know, people that are just kind of dabbling in the whole situation of comedy, and which is nice, you know, but it ended up becoming a job, you know. So,
and there's nothing funny about that.
No, who loves what? This is actually a job I love, though. It is not even a job. I always think of that. I'm like, man, this is not a job. Like, people are going to work. I forget sometimes that people work. You know, like I'll be hanging out with my friends. I'll be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" They're like,
I gotta be at work at 8 a.m.
I gotta work tomorrow. What's wrong with you? You still work, man? Didn't you get it yet? Aren't you tired of being a slave? No.
To the corporate man.
Yeah, you know, the company man. You know, and there's security in that, I guess. You know, I guess people, I see the value in it, but I had to. Nobody would hire me, so I had to do this job, you know? So you get enough DUIs and then you lose your trucking job and then you got to get into comedy, you know? I used to be a truck driver.
Really?
But, Yeah.
You
I
seem
used to
too
drive
dainty
18 wheeling.
for a big rig.
Huh?
You seem a little dainty to drive a big rig.
I am dainty, but I've done man shit. Oh God, I'm sorry. I said shit. No,
Don't apologize because then you acknowledge it.
Yeah, I'm so doing all this stuff all my life, man. I rodeoed when I was in high school. You know, I rode horses. I mean, just rough and tough, everything. And then I wrestled even. I was on the wrestling team since second grade all the way through high school. So I was always working out. I played football. I mean, you know, I always beat up on my little brother. And I joined the Navy, and then I did 3 tours to the Middle East. And then, you know, and I was a mechanic in the Navy. And I actually used to hook up and launch jets off the catapult. I used to be a hookup PO.
That's freaking awesome.
So, yeah. So, see, I did a lot of man things. I did a truck driver, 18. I mean, things you would think that like a rough, and now like I'm a soft-handed comedian, you know? I'm like, hey, I paid my dues, you know? And I started driving tractors on a farm when I was 13 years old, you know? So yeah, I know. I work on hydraulics. I mean, it's crazy. I build stuff, you know, furniture and stuff. So I'm really good with my hands and stuff. Yeah.
So you can fix my Indian car.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm like,
fix up
check.
Any old Indian clunker, man. That's all I had to learn, you know, because growing up in a big family, my sisters, they all had their cars that they went and bought at the Blizzard sales, you know, and they're like, as soon as you get your income tax money, you know, and my dad, he was a mechanic. So I always took apart engines with him and put them back together. And that's how I got into it. And he was actually a carpenter as well. So that's how I got into that. And so I could always do those things. I got into hydraulics and, I mean, so many other things, but really complicated things. But then I just resorted all back to my comedy because that's where it all ended up being. I don't know. In the Navy, I was funny. You know, I used to just go into the compartments and make people laugh because it sounds like I'm drunk all the time, you know, but I'm not. I'm just high. So, but you know, I'm, you know, that's how I've been all my life. I just been sounding kind of funny, and I've always, like, to me, that was kind of like something I always like was never proud of the way I sounded, you know, because it always sounds like, hey, like I just came out of the bars, you know, like, and people would say it, and people still say it. I haven't drank since 2002, and people say, man, I seen JR, he was wasted out of it, and I just get used. That's why I made the joke about it, you know, because I was like, you know, I'm not drunk, I'm just high. Then awesome. Everybody's like, oh, that's why he sounds like that. So, but yeah, all my life I just sounded funny. I used to try to be quiet. Because people say you talk slow, and they say it all my life, and I was like, man, I'm tired of hearing that. I'm just gonna try to shut up. So then when I would talk, I would try to be serious, and people laughed. Isn't that funny? I don't know how that works.
No, it's not. Sometimes I try to be profoundly deep and wise, and then I make people laugh, and it hurts my feelings because that was my tidbit of truth. That was all I had to give you guys, and you laugh at me.
And that's my life story right there too, you know. But you know, it comes from pain, you know. Where like, I mean, I didn't realize that that's why I was so funny, is because I was just a really messed up kid, you know. I had a dark past or whatever, but like I know it now. I know that's why I used my humor and everything that I did all over. Wherever I went, whoever I met, I always just used humor to bust a joke. And if it was getting out of control, you know, maybe I would bust on somebody, make fun of them, you know. And I mean, I did it all my life. I carried joke books around. I used to, you know, that's when we used to really check books out of the library, you know, just for the joke books, you know, and that's what
awesome.
I took all that stuff serious, you know, ever since I was a little kid. I used to be doing that. I would order them every now and then, be able to order a book if mom had enough money from change from food stamps or whatever,
the
you know.
Scholastic book sales, the book bus.
Yeah, you know, and I used to read those joke books, and it ended up I became a physical comedian because I ended up telling those story jokes, you know.
Yes.
And I used to stand around in front of all my Indian family, my aunts and uncles. You know, we used to have big families, right? And I used to just stand around and tell these jokes, and they would just laugh, and I would come up and I was that guy in my family, you know. I did that all the time, and people welcomed me to do that, and they still do, even like at our funerals and stuff. Like they'll say, "We want JR to go up there," because I'll make them laugh. Not trying to be mean or anything, you know. It just happens. So
A funeral roast. Interesting concept.
It happens. It's funny, I know, but well, I'll tell you. For instance, when my grandfather died, he was 86 when he passed away, and then they said, JR, can you be the guy that talks, you know, at his wake and everything? So I said, all right. So then I remember this woman, her name was Gladys, and she was sitting in the front row at my grandfather's wake, and I was talking, and I said, I remember Gladys, and I pointed at her. I said, from church when I was a kid, because she played the organ, and I used to look at that organ, and it would just have so many buttons and keys and foot pedals, and I'm like, gee, man, Gladys must be a genius. And then and then the whole time I looked, and Gladys was just playing the front row, I said, and everybody starts laughing, right? So, I mean, yeah, you know, you got to kind of add that levity to that situation. And Native Americans, that's what we do. We use our humor to get through those situations.
But it's an iffy line, though. You know, like sometimes it's okay. This is funny,
that's where
and then
your
sometimes
gift
it's
comes
sucking
in
on
play,
it's sucking
that's
on your
where
foot.
Your gift comes into play because when people, because they know you're trying to be serious, but they know that they're always on that. There's a cliff. You know, they're always standing on when they're around you, right? Because, right, they're waiting for the punchline always, and that's how it is with me, too. You're the same way. I'm like, this girl's trouble, man. She is trouble. I like it, man. You don't want to get us hanging out.
No, I think we should because I believe in trouble. I think that laughter is freaking powerful, and if I'm not laughing at it, I'm crying or trying to punch it. And so I have to laugh at it.
I'm not a political guy, but, you know, that rubs a lot of people the wrong way. My friend, me and him were going to San Diego last night to the comedy club. Bruce Jingles is his name. He's a very funny human being, man. A great man, everything. But, okay, and I know he's like into politics and I said, man, isn't Hillary Clinton? What happened to her? She used to be a nice woman. He said, he just got up in a roar with it, and he says, just drop it. I don't want to talk about it. I said, and I'm just rubbing, you know,
Well, yeah, when people get upset.
That's what we do.
Yeah, when people get upset, it's even more fun.
Yeah, and then that's what keeps us going, us jokers, you know, us smart Alex or whatever, and so that's what I was doing. But controversy, you have to have it. And I told him, I said, you know, it would be so boring if we all believed in the same thing. Life would suck. I said I would want to be taken off the planet right now if everybody believed the same thing, everything. Take me off. I don't want to be here.
Like cyanide, Kool-Aid, and vodka, and just let it go.
Yeah, you know, a Drano martini. You know, and just say, you know what?
That would be too sweet.
This life is no fun no more around here, you know? So, but, you know, I mean, you know, and you never know. The worldwide financial collapse comes, you know, you never know. Indians will survive anything,
yeah,
man.
And comedians and Indians will survive.
Cheese, you know? Yeah. Reservations, government cheese, what else?
That stuff will last for
Flour.
almost ever.
All we need is flour, and we're like the cockroach. We'll survive anything. The nuclear war. We'll be like hiding in the corner.
No, we'll mutate into something better.
yeah. Some kind of animal wolf thing.
With the thumb,
right?
so we can still make things.
Oh, I seen. Speaking of the wolf, I seen Gil Birmingham the other night. You know Gil?
No.
Yeah, he's the guy off of the Twilight series. I met him before one time in Boston.
Are you talking about Team Jacob?
Team Jacob. He's Jacob's dad.
Are you serious? Jacob's dad?
I met him the other night down in San Diego, and he used to be a bodybuilder back in the day. So if you notice, he's kind of swole, And I walked up to him, and I said, "You still lift weights?" And he's looking at me like, how do I know this about him? That he used to be a weightlifter, right? And I said, you're from San Antonio, right? And he looks at me again, all crazy. Like, he's like, what? Because at first he wasn't interested in me, Isn't that funny how, like, when people just,
blow you off,
shun you away, but once you start talking about them, they're like, what? Oh, this guy is the greatest guy. I want to listen to him now.
He gets me. He really does.
And I knew that about him, and then he started paying attention. I said, "Are you a San Antonio Spurs fan?" And then he went even to another higher level of, I guess enjoying being there now or whatever, So I was just like, it was cool. It was cool to meet that guy. I mean, I don't get starstruck by too many people,
But you get starstruck by people from the Twilight movies?
No. You know what? Actually,
I'm sorry. We need to talk about. Okay.
He wouldn't. I met him before. I met him in Boston. I went to this. They invited me on this movie set to come do comedy for the actors, right? So they flew me to Boston. I went over there, and then he was there, and it was a movie called Crooked Arrows, where it was about these natives who play lacrosse. So it was a really good movie. So I went over there, and by the way, my friend Ernie Stevens III produced that movie, and but anyway, he's my friend. So that's a little plug for Crooked Arrows. But
is it on Netflix?
Gil was there. I seen Gil. He's in that movie, right? So that's where I first met him. And then after that, I Wikipedia'd him, and that's how I knew everything about him. He was born in 1966, by the way. So
thank you for the random fact of the day by J.R. Redwater.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna go wreck your Wikipedia today. I'm gonna add all kinds of nonsense.
You know what? I wish somebody would write.
I'm gonna add you as you're my baby daddy.
To get one of those.
You're my baby daddy. You haven't paid child support in 4 months.
Okay.
I don't know, something about like empty 40
that
bottles.
Bad. 4 months, I can make that
up. Oh my goodness.
My baby daddy. Hey, at least I paid child. Actually, my son. I have custody of my kids, and yes, their mom. We're not together no more. Okay, but he's 17 now. His other brother, he's 19.
Oh, sweet.
He's 19 and 17. So, but I have custody of him. So, yeah, I don't have to pay child support.
Yeah, but they're old enough to like do chores and reach things.
Yeah, they were old. They were doing chores when they were like 3.
Yeah, because they're Indian kids. That's how it works.
Well, not only that, I was in the military too, so I was like, I'm putting these little dudes to work, Because they were born. My son was born when I was out to sea. My first son, my 19-year-old. So yeah, he was. I'm gonna be 40 this year. In 1 month. On Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be 40 years old.
I can't, I'm 35, and I swear, after 28, it was just this slip and slide into ouch and weird and what is this and why are things wrinkling? I thought it had, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, it's like, oh, not enough makeup.
Yeah. No, it's hard to accept at first, because I'm at this age, and And people always say, "Oh, you look good, you look young, and everything." But yeah, everybody still ages, though. There's still something ailment going on somewhere. But yeah, man, I feel it too. For me, it was like I felt my joints. I was like, man, my joints are started like. And then I was thinking maybe it's because I'm heavy now.
No, a storm's coming when you get old. All your joints ache. All your joints suddenly become like barometers for atmospheric pressure and like cold spells coming in. Oh, my elbow hurts.
Yeah.
There'll be rain on Thursday. It's like weird.
And it's true. Like nowadays, I when I go bathroom, not TMI, but not to be TMI, but I sit down.
Yeah, you play like a few rounds of Candy Crush.
Yeah, am I the only one sitting down going pee? You know what I'm saying? Am I the only man? I'm probably the only man.
I don't know why you guys haven't jumped on board with that. It's relaxing. There's only a few times a day where you get to sit down and enjoy alone time, and one of them is a bathroom.
You know why I started putting the seat up, right? Because one night I roamed in there in the middle of the night and sat down inside the toilet. So I was like, no wonder why they say put the seat down.
Thank you for understanding. That is a PSA. That's a public service announcement by J.R. Redwater.
Come on,
Redwater,
kids. Again.
Put the seat down.
Again.
We all can suffer from that. We can all learn from that.
Yeah, and leakage. But we won't go there.
No,
okay?
no, girlfriend.
Was enough said.
Well, it's opposite now with me because I live with my grandfather. And because he's old, now I always leave the seat up for him. So it's come full circle, right? So out of respect for him and that one extra effort, his, elderly effort involved, I just, I leave it up. But you know what? I had a flashlight in the bathroom last night just to make sure because I was so sleepy and didn't,
No, yeah.
Just to make,
well, I'll tell you what, before my grandfather he came and stayed at my house just for a couple days and I took care of him. I didn't even live with it. I think this is going to be more and more of an issue coming up too because there's going to be more and more baby boomers. And I hear there's like 10,000 baby boomers a day coming out, but seniors, and here he was 86 years old and he was already losing his mind and I was taking care of him and at my house, he came to visit and then he was like laying down and he would ring this little bell and I'd go over there. He said, I need to go to the bathroom. And then he wouldn't make it to the bathroom, but he said, you're going to be like this too someday, JR. I was like, no, I am, but it's just kind of like one of those realities that you don't want to think about, but they actually start kicking in when you're, and you have to thinking about them. I think I'm starting to think about them more this year than I ever did in my whole life.
Well, yeah, because 40, like realistically, you're halfway through it, dude.
Yeah, if I'm lucky.
You know what I mean?
My dad lived to 67.
Ouch.
So I'm like, I'm pretty much 2/3 way through it. No.
Well, I watch everybody in my family.
The fullest, though, huh?
I watch everybody in my family like, oh, okay, this is going to hurt around this age, and I got to start getting this X-rated at about that age, and I really want to do like ignorance is bliss. It is. I'm going into like my 35 to 40s just totally head in the sand. Like if I don't acknowledge if I don't get a mammogram, cool, then there's nothing wrong, right? Done.
You probably have you're probably very healthy. There's probably people out there listening, if there's any listening to us anymore. But they're probably saying, listen to these young punks, and they don't know nothing yet. They don't know about doctor's appointments. They ain't talking about that yet,
Right.
And we ain't. Oh, right? Think about it. They're doing all kinds of things. So I lost weight. I went from 205 pounds. I wasn't extremely overweight. I know that.
You're just hefty?
Okay? But, yeah, and I was husky. Yeah. That was the word I was using at the time, husky. But now I'm down to like 180, and I'm naturally a skinny guy, and I'm full-blood Indian, so I don't have a butt already, so that's just like all back. So I'm skinny legs, And that's just kind of the way it is. But, so I am skinnier now, but it's on purpose because when I told you my dad was 67, he died at my house, but he had diabetes and he had heart disease. And when I saw the way my dad died, I mean, he died with a lot of dignity, by the way. But I just seen him. He was real sick, though, towards the end of his life. And I said, I don't want to live like that. I want my kids to have at least a role model. I know they're going to make their own choices, but at least they could look at me and say, well, Dad still works out. Dad's still healthy, and Dad's still, doing his thing. And, because I didn't say it, but I do have 6 kids, so I have a lot of responsibility to my family, and to these kids, even though I'm a joker. But, they've known me as a comedian all their life. I've been a professional all their life,
Well, it's interesting now, though, that the blankets, we're not getting diseased blankets anymore. Like, we are, as a native people, killing ourselves off with the alcohol, with the terrible food choices and the diabetes. And it's like, we're kind of doing this to ourselves. Like, there is no more.
Well, it's systematic oppression and genocide.
But we have a choice. Like, again, you stood up and said, you know what?
That's why, hence the word systematic, because it's been like this. They like to see us with our hands out. And this is not friendly to hear, but that's how the government likes to see people in poverty, with their hands out, because they have control
over what gets put in the hand.
When you're like that, you know? And so our people have that defeated mentality, and not all of us.
No.
A majority of our people are really positive minded, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying the systematic, this started way back in the day when they first got here, the cultures clash. And I'm not trying to be racist or anything.
It's not racist when you're talking about history.
Together, hey, this is what's going to happen. And what happened is our people went through a lot of oppression because, we were forced to change. And when you're forcing people to change, and they're reluctant to it because they're not just saying, hey, let's do it. This is not the way we've done things. And all of a sudden you're changing. And then they'll put the rules in place, the reservation. That's why whenever I say, hey, give it up for me, I made it off the res, and people clap. I say, I didn't even know I could leave the res. I thought we were stuck. I was like, what? We can leave? Oh, man, I was so mad. My mom said, I thought you knew. No, I didn't know,
Nobody told you, poor kid.
It's a mentality, I said, I'm 30 years old. I used to stand on the reservation line, like right at the line looking out.
Like your skin would burn
My family
or bleach?
was like, JR, get away from there. You're going to get us in trouble. I was like, well, I'm waiting for the sacred Budweiser truck to arrive.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness.
That's a joke.
I like how you have to tell us that's a joke.
You guys are so serious.
But I love it. I like how you had to tell us it's a joke. That's when you know it's not a good joke, when you're like, oh, that was a joke. That was my punchline, you guys. Hello.
No, it's it's funnier when you're in a comedy club, because
do I need to get you a laugh track right now?
Guilt. It's white guilt. That's what it is.
But isn't that a good thing? I kind of appreciate that.
Nobody wants to hear about all the tragedies that happen to the natives. I was talking about it last night on stage. I said, hey, they call it Wounded Knee, right? The Wounded Knee Massacre. I said, man, come on, let's not belittle it. These guys weren't playing a football game out there. It wasn't a knee injury, Nope. What we should have really called it was blown out torsos.
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing.
Well, hey, they didn't call the Holocaust irritated lungs. So
no.
Hey,
my dad texted me a picture from Wounded Knee, like a selfie, and he was smiling in it, and it was the same thing. It's like, this is now a time to put on your stoic Native American man face, not send me some cheesy selfie
somber,
from Wounded Knee. Like,
ready to take revenge. face.
Right? Seriously, but it's like, hey,
Put on your war paint.
oh my gosh, do something, like find a feather and don't just sit there and like give me a cheesy smile. I'm at Wounded Knee.
Yeah.
Cheese.
Hey, look at this is where the massacre happened.
Was that
Hello.
was that a spirit?
Yeah. So
Oh.
it's kind of it's really embarrassing for people to try to cover that up. That's why they had to write the history books all different, calling us savages and such and this and that. And it's always funny when I go on stage because, man, it's funny to just see non-native people sit there and squirm, And it's like all these years you put us you put us on a reservation, like it's basically like a concentration camp, man. And and here I'm up here joking now, and you're squirming. Oh, and now, yeah. And that's what I love about stand-up comedy, because of the freedom of speech. And it's just truly one of the last forms of freedom of speech. And natives don't have a voice. Nobody thinks anything good about us, and that's fine. But, and that's why when I go up there, I'm going to say what I got to say, because I've been all over the world. I've lived in many different countries. I've seen how the world politics go. I've been a part of it. I've done many things for this country, and I things I thought I believed in, and there's a lot of it I still believe in. I still believe in the United States of America and the freedoms and rights that we have that no other country possesses. No, the citizens don't have what we have. So I still believe in that, but there is still. Let's tell the truth then. Let's stop acting and so I don't know what the answer is. All I know is I'm a stand-up now, and I've had a journey in life, and I'm still on a journey, and it's a good journey. And I'm that res boy from South Dakota, and I have chief blood in me. I was told that we come from Chief Gall, and that was Sitting Bull's war lieutenant.
That's
so
awesome.
I kind of always had that kind of, in me when I was growing up, is that people were always teaching me that we come from real, Lakota chief blood, and so I kind of always figured. It's funny because not that I knew that when I was here in L.A. and I'm doing comedy now, and I've been here since 2001 doing comedy. And I met a friend. His name's Dan Monteleone, and he's a descendant from George Custer, General. And I was like, what? And we're good friends. And it's so funny. I said, my ancestors fought your ancestors, And it was just really funny that we're hanging out today as comedians right here in Los Angeles and doing comedy together, doing a radio show together, too. We did a radio show we had going on here in San Bernardino.
Is it still going?
That was several years ago.
Okay.
But he's still my friend. He's an attorney actually.
You guys don't get the urge to just slapbox each other for like ancestral sake?
We're holding it back. I mean, it's totally fake laughter around each other and everything. No. I'm like, I still want to kill you, bro. I got my bow and arrow. He's I know I got my rifle.
You sneeze on him when you can. Cough his way.
I share my blanket with him.
Right? Snuggling.
I'm like, hey, aren't you cold? Come on now. Get under here with me, buddy. So, yeah, man. But, yeah, where are you from anyway? I know where I'm from. I'm from the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. I was born in Fort Yates, North Dakota in 1975. Isn't that crazy? In the winter time.
And you make it sound all like when you add the season. I am Mississippi band of Choctaw Indians. I was born.
It was a blizzard outside. That's how I came in.
Born in the spring, and my mom was only in labor for 5 hours because I was crawling out of her as soon as I possibly could. I was born on my due date, and it is the only time I have ever been on time in 35 years.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, you see, there you go, man. I'll tell you about timing. My two sons Okay, I had one on October 5th. I was pulling into Australia, right? We were out in the Indian Ocean. And I was like, man, I'm going to miss out on his birth. And I wasn't going to be home for another month and a half, you know? But I was like, oh, man, that is one of the coolest things. October 5th, I was so happy. I shared cigars with everybody on the ship and stuff like that. And I was just like proud, even though I didn't even see my son yet. I just knew he was born. And then and then I pulled into Australia, and that's where I celebrated. And so then 2 years later, exactly, October 5th, his little brother's born.
Wow.
October 5th, 2 years later. Now, that's timing.
Well, in my family, we call that a mating season. When all the babies are born around the same time, that means we have a mating season. So obviously you do. Right. There's just this extra potent time of the year where you stay away from J.R. Redwater.
You know, October 5th, I guarantee you there's a listener out there who was born on October 5th because it's the most celebrated birthday of the whole year in the United States.
Says what? Says Wikipedia? I don't trust these statistics.
Well, because a lot of people are making babies on New Year's Eve.
Okay. Oh, gosh. You know what? No, really, though. Why not? Why not?
Hey, I guess I'm just saying.
It's just
so if
science,
you want to have
right?
a baby on the October 5th, the most celebrated birthday, then you got to hook it up around then, you know, and that's when you're going to get an October 5th birthday.
Note to self.
Yeah.
I'm not going out this New Year's. I'm way too terrified. Well, J.R. Redwater, is there anything you want to plug? What's your website? J.R. Redwater, I'm not drunk, I'm just stoned, funnyman.com? Or what?
Yeah, jrredwatercomedy.com, reservationsensation.com, standupcomedycentral.com. That's my website, actually. Could you believe that was available, that domain?
No,
standupcomedycentral.com. Yeah, so I took it.
I'm shocked. So we need to get you to the Sacramento Punchline, or we need to get you up here so we can get you in studio because they don't pay me to do field work. So we got to figure this out because I believe that we can make some trouble, like some real trouble. We can paint the town red.
And you know what? I seriously am so glad that we did this interview because, man, I feel like I know you my whole life now. We just need to we just need to consummate it by actually.
Not on New Year's.
Hugging. Not
on
New Year's.
So we got to thank Leon Thompson for bringing us together, or he's going to freak out on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, LT. Yeah, we talked. He was visiting me at my house, and he called you. And I was like, I love J.R. Redwater. So I didn't even listen to your stand-up before I talked to you on the phone, and I was like, this guy's hilarious.
I'm so glad you didn't because I hate that when people judge me off the stand-up. I just want to show up and just say hi like everybody else.
Yeah, I have to. There's a level of like, I'm going to every time I say this word, people like blow up the phone lines yelling at me. There's a level of like retardairness that I try to keep because if I do homework, then things feel forced or weird. You know, if I actually know what I'm doing, then I'm not being. So I love it. I love that I picked the wrong clip to play.
When I go on stage.
I love that we talked about your urinary habits. You know, I love this. I know more about you, your bladder, and your mating season than anybody.
And the Navy. I never talked about the Navy in my stand-up.
Because you're a seaman.
I'm actually an airman.
You're a little red sailor.
But, yeah. Hey, I was a seaman when I first got in because in boot camp you have to be a seaman first.
That's adorable. Text me a picture. Send me a picture of you in your little uniform.
I got one on Facebook.
Yeah,
you
do.
You on it.
You can share it.
I gotta add you though.
I know you're making me sad.
Well, there's 1,000 people trying to get on my friends list, right?
Remember when that
for years?
Remember when I said, "Hey, let's set up an interview so I can hear like all your excuses."
Yeah. And so, guess what? I gotta kick somebody off my friends list so you can be on it.
Yay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. And
kick
I'm
LT.
gonna do that. Well, really, what I hope for is I post something controversial on Facebook, and then somebody will unfriend me, and then I can add you. So I'll post this interview. Nah.
It will be on our podcast, and I'll share that so you can re-listen to it or let people know.
Oh,
but
good.
J.R. Redwater,
I'll share it on my page, and I want to bring you in on it, and I wish I could have. I just didn't know who to unfriend, you know?
Yeah. And I would fire Zach when you get a chance. Because that guy has not answered his phone.
Been trying to.
And he just gives me texts. He texts me. What kind of like manager texts? I want a conversation.
I didn't tell him about you.
Ooh, that just got way sexier.
I was trying to keep this like between us, me and you.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah, and here you go off.
Because nobody calls him back. I started the show saying I'm just another girl waiting for some dude to call her back, and we don't know if he is. So you don't understand. When the phone rang, it was like, oh, pick a deity and say thank you.
Honestly, I was sitting there. You want to know what I was doing?
Yes, a little bit.
Looking at my phone, waiting for a call. And I was thinking, and then I looked.
You wouldn't give me your phone number because you were scared.
Message. Well, I didn't know if you're like peeking in my window right now or not. You know, you can never trust the internet. You know, you don't know. I don't know that you're some, cute little girl on the radio. You could be some big
Jabba the Hutt,
crazy, right next door to me, just ready to come over and take over.
I can be an adorable radio girl and crazy and ready to take over because I am woman and I can multitask.
Well, I didn't say nothing about women, okay? Women are so powerful. I'm not even going to get into that.
It's so cute. Right now, you're in the corner, like trembling with your tail between your legs, saying women are powerful. Just stop talking about it. Just leave me alone.
They are.
You guys run the roost. Leave me alone.
Hey, you're native, right?
Yeah,
huh?
So I got the fury.
Well, okay. Well, let me tell you, if you're native, then no man can win a fight against an Indian woman.
Many have tried.
You know that.
Many have tried.
You see, I was married to an Indian woman from Pine Ridge, and let me tell you what, you don't want to make them mad because one time she knocked me into the bathtub, so.
And now you have a
shower
stutter.
Curtains fell on me. Yeah, and now I got a twitch for the rest of my life. So.
Well, J.R. Redwater, they're kicking me off the air in a few minutes, so I want to thank you for spending time with me. Keep in touch. Send me your phone number. Let's get you up to Sacramento so we can show them how comedy is really done.
Wow, thank you. Well, check me out on Twitter at Top Comedian and jrredwatercomedy.com and on facebook.com/jrredwatercomedy. So thank you very much. It was my pleasure, and we're definitely going to be in touch, okay? Have a good day, and God bless everybody else.
All right. Bless you, J.R. Redwater, and thank you for your service. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, and you're welcome.
Bye. Oh, my God. How fun was that? Part of me wants to apologize for the things that happened, and part of me can't apologize because that is the magic of live radio and the magic of comedians. So, due to a request from our Edith Ann here in the office, I'm going to send us out with some hip hop, shake it up a little bit. And thank you, J.R. Redwater, and thank you, listeners, for bearing with us. We'll be back.
To the tunes of the sound waves, the past gone. Dance for today, hold the love, and we'll always have a place. You're my taste, my type of cake, my cup of tea, my reason to stay. In my dreams I see your face, the same thing when I'm awake. West to the east and all across states, I've looked for this feeling to take me away. Lost but don't find me, give me time to play. Tomorrow isn't granted but it's never too late.
The love I feel is all I want. You got me here, you got me, and I don't wanna stop. No, 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 and I don't wanna stop. No, 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 no. The love I feel is all I want. You got me here, you got me, and I don't wanna stop. No, 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 and I don't wanna stop. No, 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 no.
Take me anywhere, long as you're there. Long as you're near, I can smile, no fear. Bottle up my tears, shift to high gear. Blast in the sunset with the sky
I don't
clear.
wanna stop, no, 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 no. And I don't wanna stop, no, 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 no.
My emotions are overdosing, heightened by your love's composing, brightened by the way you hold me. Don't stop with your testimony, never show me fake or phony, only for me how you gon' be. I be on that, straight up on that, never ever leave me lonely.
The love I feel is all I want. You got me here, you got me, and I don't wanna stop. No, 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 and I don't wanna stop. No, 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 no. The love I feel is all I want. You got me here, you got me, and I don't wanna stop. No, 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 and I don't wanna stop. No, 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 no.
It's our KVMR fall membership gift to you. Those of you with iPhones can now get a free KVMR app and easily listen to us wherever you've got reception. You'll find it free at the Apple App Store. Android users, never fear. There's one on the way for you too. But that's not all. Here's still another fall membership bonus for you. Ever miss a KVMR show? Want to hear a show again? Now it's as simple as going to archive.kvmr.org and clicking on the show and date you wish to hear. Music shows are there for 2 weeks, talk shows 2 months. Now you can't miss your can't miss shows, and you can share them with others. We hope you take advantage of both these free gifts to you. But why don't you sign up and make a monthly gift to KVMR for as little as $5 a month, and there could be even more gifts heading your way. Online securely at kvmr.org, or honor the person on the air right now with your contribution by calling 530-265-9555. It's the time of year to get freaky and keep KVMR weird.
Contact during conflict. I'm a disaster. Fight for clean water. Now that's a better rapper. Red blood, red skin, highly forsaken. You talking, I walk. That's the difference. I put my people on my back, on my home nation, knowing they're the reason that I rap. Ha, tell me what you rapping for. If you ain't in it for change, then don't bring about the score. Ain't no reason for you to ever go tour. If you rap like Little B and talk that folklore. Whoa, baddest savage, still breathing red skin with a battle cry here for every season. Chief, hell no angel star, no spangle, never had no angles, it's bars and fans faithful. Ha, it's always family over everything. Family is the motivation in my pain medicine. Never afraid to go and get it in. Never been a lame, and a lame is what I never been. I do this for my dead relatives and every boy is stuck in on a land settlement. I hope you understand the beast that is awoken is a proud native and never mistaken for a token. If you're looking for a problem, then I think you might have found him. I'ma always stand up and let them know I am astounding. No, you ain't met a native who was conquering, toppling over offerings. Imagine another stopping me. I've been the topic of prophecies, ancient Indian philosophies, to find the words of toss at thee. I am a cocky being a hawk with kings. My lack of father figure made my future not so clean. Stuck to a hollow dream, stumbled through my first 16. I was written out of pain, that started when I reached 15. Stayed on a solo mission, life taught me to go the distance. Way before Kevin Costner was told from a ghostly vision. Can't say my pot to pissin', wasn't porcelain. Treat you like burgundy and fracture you up with those some years. Red skin more for years, minus the black trench. Point to left field, start crushing the first pitch. You know life can just switch, it all depends on the circle that you keep, minus family and friends. You're only as strong as your weakest link, and if you think I'm wrong, then please don't ask again. I never came to play,
And that, my friends, is how you give Edith Ann what she wants. Inner Path at 200 Commercial Street, Nevada City will host an evening of devotional chanting on Saturday, October 24th from 7:30 to 9, innerpath.org. South Yuba Citizens League is providing salmon raft tours that will take place on Saturday, October 31st and Saturday, November 7th. This is a full-day outing to explore the lower Yuba River, where salmon should be spawning. Participants need to be at least 8 years old. Pre-registration is required. yubariver.org. We would like to thank Reiki Kitchen Private Event Center, now accepting 2016 reservations. The Victorian Reception Hall accommodates weddings, meetings, and special events. Reiki Kitchen Event Center serves up to 100 guests, located at 313 Commercial Street, downtown Nevada City, next to Ajin's Hotel Suite, 265-1957. And the Wooden Spoon, helping preserve the season's harvest with the broad selection of canning, fermenting, dehydrating, and vacuum sealing equipment. Locally owned since 1980 and open daily in the Fowler Center in Grass Valley, just off the Brunswick exit. The Wooden Spoon is online at toystoreforcooks.com. And it